So starting position on this variation of the split squat, we're going to start in this half kneeling position. So we're going to have a nice straight line coming through the ear, the shoulder, the hip and the knee, and that front lower leg is going to be parallel with the back leg. So we want these 2 points to be parallel with each other. And as that right hip is extended back, that means we're going to have that right shoulder in a flexed position. So this shoulder is flexed, that right hip is extended, and the opposite side we're going to have the left hip flexed, which means that that shoulder is going to be extended. So we're literally just going to work opposites. So from here we're going to make sure before we go anywhere that we've got this slight posterior tilt in the pelvis. So we're just going to roll the pelvis back slightly, and we're going to keep that rib cage down, which means that we're trying to control that core area. And before we go as well, we're going to be making sure that we're loading this front foot, the whole foot, as much as possible, so we're not bouncing off or using that back leg too much. So all the weight should be transferred forwards, and that's why we're just going to lean forward with the torso, keeping those lines so we can load that front foot. So once you've got those points ready, that's when we can drive up into hip flexion, driving that knee up towards the chest. So I'm just going to play that through to here, taking it through to there. So you can see now that we've just literally worked the opposite. So we've got the right hip now in a flex position, which means that that shoulder is going to come back into extension. And then we've got that opposite side with the shoulder in a flex position, and we've got that left hip extended. And what we're trying to do here is keep a nice straight line. So we've got full hip extension happening, and we want to make sure that we're not over extending the back, so we're not driving through too far, which means that that lower back is going to arch and that rib cage is going to flare up. So just making sure that you come to a point where we have got that hip extension, the rib cage is staying down, and you've got a good squeeze on that glute on that opposite side. So we're just trying to drive that knee up towards the chest as much as possible. So coming back down and then driving up. So just looking at the shoulders, we're going to drive up, very explosive opposites, and using the shoulders to propel yourself up at the same time.